some coffee? No, one. Oh, two. But
Okay, so we'll start this over again.
start this over again.
So how do you describe your education?
You need to start that over again. You need to lay out the framework of this interview. Say, my name is Ale. This is for this class. This is an interview about this, and I'm here with. You need to frame it. Take it from the pro. Been on TV many times. Okay, sir?
My name is Alejandra. I'm here to interview Joël, which is yourself. And this is for my English class, and we're pretty much this interview is going to be talking about your educational experience. You could always change the route on this interview. So we're going to start with the first question, which is how do you describe your educational experience?
My educational experience has been a journey. It's close, but it's not done. I'm still in the journey. I'm still going towards my degree. I prioritized working and survival, where I haven't had the opportunity to prioritize education at 100%, so I've been chipping at it little by little. Yeah.
Okay. And I know you did mention that like that you're still going towards your degree, and what degree would that be?
Mass communications. Currently, I am a communications manager for a campaign. I've been able to work my way up, which has been great, but you always still need that degree. That's one thing that always lingers over me that I haven't completed. So I'm looking into strategic communications and mass communications for my degree.
Is it like a degree like an educational degree or a personal?
Education.
Personal, master's, bachelor's.
It's bachelor's, but for sure I will stop after my master's. I'm gonna go all the way through the master's. Yeah.
Very good. Always, I think that's a good way to encourage our youth to continue in higher education. How would you describe kind of your your experience during elementary?
It was solid. I was in GATE classes. I was in the advanced classes. I had great teachers that I really looked up to. My mother had us on a schedule coming home. You do your homework first, then you play. So we had structure. So elementary years were great. I was even class president of elementary school. I was the only fifth grader to be the president of the elementary school, which was from grades, kinder to sixth grade. That's when I first realized I have it. Thank you. That's when I realized I like the spotlight and I like to speak in front of people and power, or to at least feel like I have power when I really don't.
What did you guys get to eat?
Enchiladas and then and the sugar. Oh yay! Thank you. Okay. Fantastic. Great, I know, awesome.
It sounds that like that path of you becoming like the only fifth grader to become class president did help you create your path to the person who you are. Like you're in charge of an amazing campaign here in our small community. And now, if you can remember, what about your middle school experience?
Yeah. I also want to add that being class president gave me confidence. I was afraid to public speak, and I still am. Still am afraid of public speaking, but I do it. But it gave me confidence to know that I could put myself in a higher position. I could put myself in a position where I'm given more responsibilities and not be afraid of more responsibilities. My junior years.
Which at that time was 7, 8, and
7, 8 for me. It was a little less. That's when I started losing school structure. I became more reckless. My mother became more busy, so she wasn't so much on me. So I was a hit or miss in school. I ditched a lot. Got into a lot of trouble. I did. I barely graduated to high school. Yeah, so my junior years was a lot more. They were getting more difficult.
at least, even though like you did say that you barely made it to graduation, but at least like you,
No.
but at least that you made it. You made it to high school.
I did.
And now I think we're gonna get to like somewhere like the nitty gritty because I know for most youth,
Yep.
high school is always kind of like the tough mark and
Make it or break it.
It's like the make it or break it moment. At least no, for the youth that I've known, a lot of things could happen during high school.
Yep.
So what I want to know, like I said, we'll get to the nitty gritty here. What was your like your 4 years of high school? Like, was it tough? Was it easy, or was it like kind of in between?
I think I did 2 years in high school. And I say that because when I became a freshman is when I started to become more into my sexuality being gay. Now, high school at my time wasn't how it is now. Okay? So you didn't have clubs there. You didn't have those counselors. It was still very much be quiet. You keep it in the closet. You don't say anything. You know? And I was never that type of person. So that was a challenge. Bullying was huge for me. Huge. I not only would get physical fights on campus, I get followed home when I was walking, get hit like at fucking at gas stations, you know, you could just go fights. And or even at school if I wasn't getting to fight, somebody was throwing food at me. I remember I never needed to buy lunch. People were throwing food at me all the time. I could just eat the food there, right? Like, oh, thanks for the hamburger.
Why waste money like on my lunch or taking lunch?
Some doesn't throw a hamburger at me today or pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then also, my family, who's really religious, Seventh-day Adventist, had a really hard time with me coming out. So I didn't stay home. My mom was home for high school. I lived with different friends. So those two dynamics is where I had no structure in school, none. And so I had a hard time graduating from high school. And I wasn't going to. Until I got a phone call from like one of the counselors to just let me know, oh hey, you're not going to be graduating. And then I remember that's when I really put a lot of work to it because I felt so scared. I was like, I have to graduate. So I remember going to regular school from 8 to 2. Then I went to it was a program called Cyber High where you make up credits online, Cyber High. And then I went to adult night school from 5 to 9. So I was literally going to school from 8 to 9 p.m. for a full year to make up for the 2 years I missed up. Just so I could graduate on time. And I did. And it was a huge accomplishment for me. I didn't think I was going to graduate.
damn, that like even I most likely like even like the work, amount of work that that I'm doing, I think I wouldn't be able to do like kind of like that much of a like not sacrifice but that much of a commitment. You know, to like at least get something accomplished.
Yeah, it was tough. But
And
one thing I've been good at, I'm really good at commitment when I do commit. Whether it be to a job, whether it be to responsibility, like my dogs, whether it be to school. Like I told myself, I'm going to graduate no matter what, on time with my class. I made sure I did that.
And since you did bring up the topic that during your first 2 years of high school, was beyond self, like of being like coming to terms with with your sexuality. So were you at any time during high school were you in like closet, or were you like open like as a window?
I was open as two front doors. I mean, if I was gonna be bullied and fight, it wasn't be worth the reason. It wasn't be worth it. And there was no need to hide. So I've always been out and proud since. Without even trying to be out and proud, I've always been out and proud. My mannerisms, I have soft features, you could tell. And then I speak, and then people are like, oh yeah, I got called a faggot all the time. So I never really had to come out. It just is naturally out. Yeah, I never had to make an announcement. If I did, it would be like, yeah, duh.
Oh my god. Well, obviously, like the word faggot does come. It's obviously it's not. No, that was never. It's never gonna go away.
Nope.
No matter how much anyone tries.
Right.
How do you feel when you hear it, when you heard it back then, and how does that make you feel like when you heard it back then, and how does it make you feel now? Like if you ever heard it like from someone that you didn't know.
Yeah. For me, that word was always like a warning. It helped me know, like, okay, something's gonna go down. Somebody called me it, so it was like that was like the thunder before the lightning. First you hear it, and then you see like, so like, okay, somebody called to me, now something's gonna happen next. So it was kind of like a warning. It was like it was helpful to know, to hear somebody call me that, because I knew something was gonna happen afterwards. You know. I think words like that, and there's other words in the English history that have been used against people of color. No matter what you do, you can't clean them. You just can't. I mean, you could say we're taking it back for sure. So now we're gonna put this word in a rap song. You know, we're taking it back. So now I'm gonna call my other person of color this word too, because that's how we take it back. I don't know how effective that is, but just not the root of them. Some words are just horrible words. They're just shouldn't be repeated, right? But I do believe in taking stuff back and taking away the power and taking it back. So that works. And then I was a fag all the time now. Faggot, it's fine with me. You know, it doesn't bother me. It's proud, really proud now. I think it's I take it in pride. You know. Yeah, and I feel honestly, by many times I've even been stabbed. I've been stabbed 9 times.
Oh my god! Oh, you mean?
So many times.
Damn.
So all the physical stuff I feel like I earned the crown that says faggot on it proudly. You know, because I've earned it. I've been doing it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, I never knew that about you, Joel. The amount of years that I've known you, I've never heard that you've been stabbed 9 times. It's like. I think I have a new level of respect for you. Because like one, like you kind of took it on, obviously, and then one, you're still standing. Oh my god! Like now, like I said earlier, like now, I feel like there's a lot of questions I want to ask now.
Nothing's off the table. Let's go.
Oh, all right. I know you mentioned it before that the first 2 years, like being out, did affect you in a way for the first 2 years. How has that? Besides academic, I would say failure in the first 2 years of being out, did that have another different type of effect like since your academics were falling, did that have another impact while you in those first 2 years of high school?
Oh yeah, on my health, my mental wellness, emotional wellness, not just my educational wellness, my family's relationship with. Oh, those bien.
La cocina que la muchacha ayuda viendo todo lo que chulo. Y no, ni nos peló la libra.
Yeah, it had an impact on my relationships. My family was strained for many years. Didn't talk to me at all. I say this a lot, and it's not like I have a lot of still pain from this, but I don't. But just gotta remember, it's bad. I remember when I was out of the house, not in school, when I should have been in school, I should have been in home. I should have had a bed to sleep in. I should have had food to eat. I didn't have none of that. I was out. I'm living house to house, couch to couch. I tried to go to a shelter once and it just wasn't for me. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So it just stayed with my family. My family really did. You know, my whole person wellness system was cracked. Everything got cracked. Education got cracked, health got cracked, face got cracked, heart got cracked, just cracked. Yeah, and I don't know what kept me going at that time. Quiero dar este cheque y todavía te debo 3 más que me van a salir para la próxima semana. Pero también el ticket de Tuesday lo perdí.
Ah, yo te lo
No, no, okay, just give me one.
Aquí tengo yo copias.
Okay,
¿Sale?
gracias.
Ahorita te lo saco.
¿Y qué van a hacer el Wellness Center?
El del... ¿Sí?
Mhm. That's why I believe BHC. I believe in it. I know it. I see the impact that BHC does. And the way you view health, the whole thing we try to do is change the way people view health, right? So if you don't have a house, if you don't have a good system, if you don't have, a good neighborhood, your health all will take a hit. And so did mine. Started for one thing from being gay. And we know this in our gay community too. So when you're being gay, you're out of the house, so you don't go to school, and you get put into my neighborhood while I was looking for a place-to-place, house-to-house, so all that not helping safe. I really also think that for me, for some reason, I'm still an anomaly. Like, even though I had, I could do check marks. I could say my family were immigrants, check. I was a homeless youth, check. I was gay, check. I had violence, check. I still think I was still much fortunate and privileged, and it was because I've been able to use a lot of like my people skills to get me through situations. And this is also from like my president. When I was president of the 6th grade, being able to go and talk to people, say what you want, being able to get out there, be political, like I was able to know that I have a talent there and people skills, and it helped me survive. It really did.
Were you like were you the only out here like during like your high school years, or were there more?
No, I was the only in a school of like 500 people, the only one that was out. That came out first. I'm sure there's somebody's in a closet somewhere. Everybody has a little gay somewhere hidden. In school, I couldn't have been the only one. But the one that was out, the way I was out, yeah.
That does someone remind me of Glee.
Huh?
Like in a way, as well, as well, like in the show, one of the characters they identify as gay, and he was only out person.
I had my friends that were gay, that were out, but they went to different schools. So he just called the only one. Everybody else, like my best friend Moses, went to Hoover. My friend Nick was at McLean. And I was the one that was at Roosevelt. Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. Look at Roosevelt.
You're a Rough Rider.
I am a Rough Rider.
Did what about the faculty? Did 'cause I know you did say that you did get into like fights, like like on campus. Did any school faculty like if they saw it, like did they intervene or did they just like the bystander, or were they like affected by like the bystander effect?
No, we had a really good security and police officer. Everybody knew him and respected him. He just was a no bullshit guy, and he'd make a lot of the fights. That was helpful. What was his name? Henry. But due to my fights, I couldn't go to regular school. I tried to go back. I had to go to a separate satellite school where they put them bad people in trouble. So I didn't even get regular education when I was in school. Wow, I just remember this right now. I had to go to a separate school, and it was called, what was that program called? Bridge. Something, I don't know. I could look it up. But yeah, so to protect me, they put me in a bunch of kids, people who had suspension, had fights, had gone to trouble, had been in fight. Because when you get into a fight, both people got expelled. This is zero tolerance area. I was in zero tolerance area, okay?
Damn.
So, no fucking around, okay? And I think the reason why they didn't expel me from the school as many fights as they should have, because they know I was being bullied, but they didn't keep me in regular population. I had to go to a side school. On my campus, I had my own trailer. And still, that wasn't my tribe. Those weren't my people. You know what I mean? Those are the people that were beating me up too. You know what I mean? I had to go to a side school with them. And so either decided just don't go to school then. Don't go to school. Don't go to school. Don't go. So my senior year, I had sophomore credits in my senior year. So I had to make up 2 years to graduate.
Wow.
But I did. I fucking did.
Yeah.
How's your taco?
Awesome.
Okay.
Obviously, like you said it, high school was either make it or break it.
Yeah.
And it does help someone identify themselves like later on in life. So would you say that those 2 years helped you become the amazing person that you are today?
Yeah. I think it's a combination of the rocky relationship I had with my family at first. Now we have an amazing relationship. You know, my mom was just FaceTime. I bought my mom a cell phone. She was FaceTiming me before you came. So she's learning to figure out the FaceTime. The camera's upside down. She's like, how you doing? You know, but we have a great relationship now. We do. It wasn't always like that. It took her some time. And still, to this day, I was over her house for the New Year. I'm in Fresno. My family's still in Fresno. My mom still tells me, are you going to change your life? You know, if your dad was still alive, he'd tell you to stop being gay and you'd stop being gay. I'm like, no, mom doesn't work that way. You know? She's like, yeah, I would. He'd just tell you, because my dad was, he was a boxer. That's a whole different story too. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that, but he was a machismo man. A machismo man who just worshipped my mom. Treated my mom like the best thing ever. He wasn't one of those, you know, but people knew him. He was strong, had a nice body. He boxed. He had, you know, so he was. He hustled hard. He had appliances. He had businesses. But he was killed. And so my mom, she's never remarried, but she just believes that my dad was alive. He'd be like, stop being gay, and then I stopped being gay just because he said it. And I was like, and then when I heard her, as sincere as she is, I was like, that just shows how limited how you don't understand this. You know what I mean? Which is fine. She doesn't need to understand it.
Damn, that was like
So it's that.
A lot.
It's that for our family. It's also surviving on the street. You know, you gotta be smart. You really have to be smart. You have to be clever for safety reasons. I got stabbed 9 times. You have to be creative. To get shelter. So what I would do, I would sleep in my car or in a car. I would.
Tenía ahí el pasado aquí en el mensaje que lo mandé ahorita. ¿Es ese? El de esta última.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Y te dio un mensaje de esta
This is the
Pamela.
de la enchilada, sí. No, las tamales.
Lo que le dije. Dijo, ¿qué pasó con las cosas? Ya las recogieron, ya no las entregó. ¿Quieres que pase por la factura? No, no, ya las tiene el Sugar Daddy.
Yo sé. Sugar Daddy.
Digo, no, ya tiene el Sugar Daddy.
Me encanta este, me encanta.
Y me habló, me dice, y luego dice mi mamá, dice, escribe así, pero me entendió.
I'm Joël.
So,
I like your. That's a nice nickname.
what?
That's a nice little nickname that I heard.
Because my grants, you know,
I know.
on the money. Sugar Daddy.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, you know, I think in all these hard times I have with my family, it was never to be like, I hate you. I hate you because you don't understand this and you treat me. Because of you, I can't sleep in the house and I don't have food and I'm on the street. It was like, okay, like I'm getting a hard, like I'm getting like actual life skills training now, right? Even though it didn't feel that way, even though my mom didn't intend it that way, my mom was really like, I don't understand you got my house, you know? And it took her away to come here, now it took 10 years. But I feel like it was like going to a vocational life skills about survival. You know? Am I boring you? Because you're looking everywhere else but me.
I'm sorry.
You were a great interviewer until right now. You were really good.
Woo! Well, since I also done a lot of interviews as well.
Have you? You're a really good interviewer. Until right now, but you're really good. Yeah.
So it's like I saw like that the little.
Yeah, you're
No,
just,
that a little signage. I'm like, oh my god, they have the same.
for a Hyundai. You ignored
no,
my story
no,
for a Hyundai.
No, the little attention thing. I'm like, what? I'm like, I realized that they have the same cable company that I do. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So obviously, like since you're giving back to your community as a,
Heather?
you know, you're helping out like youth. No.
Okay.
But I should have. I am the person, a youth or someone who's considered youth.
Uh-huh.
I know. So obviously, help youth to give, helping them to give back to their own community. I feel that that's in a way that you're giving back to the community that helped you, like in the time that in those first 2 years. So, in what other ways have you given back since you left?
This is a hard question to answer because I don't feel like I have. I don't. I get what you're saying.
Like
I get what you're saying.
every little thing counts. It doesn't have to be big.
I get what you're saying. I feel like, but like we have a responsibility for one another. I have a responsibility to make sure you're okay. And I hope you have a responsibility to make sure I'm okay.
Of course,
I
always
make
do.
sure she's okay, that she's okay too. We have a responsibility to each other here on this earth. That's how I see it. I see it more of a value around humanity, making sure that we can share resources, we can network. Do I feel like I've done something to contribute or to help? Maybe I have, and that'd be so awesome. I've yet to feel that. Like I feel like I have. I feel like you know what I'm doing. Everybody should be doing just how we need to be talking. We need to be helping. We need to know, hey, I have access to this. If you need it, let me give it to you. You know, do you have access to it? Maybe give it to me. Let's help. Like I feel like this exchange and this relationship building is something that should just happen anyways. So I never consider myself. I don't consider myself a community organizer. I believe that's a position, a title that I hold high, and I respect those. But I'm not there. That's not my skill set. But I respect those that are. You know what I mean? I love it. So I don't know if I can say that I feel like I've given back. I feel like I'm doing what I should be doing. Because I know people helped me like this when I needed it. You know, there was somebody who was like, hey, come and get this service. You haven't ate, go to this food bank and they'll give you food. And I remember I got a big box full of food I didn't need. They give you a lot of food. You know, food bank, they give you a lot of food.
They do.
Yeah. And you see, that it was just me as an 18-year-old. I wouldn't know if someone told me that, right? Someone told me that. Have I gone to the Salvation Army to got free food? I mean, free food, yeah, free food there. But free clothes they give me, I sure did. You know what I mean? And they were so I just feel like these are just the ways to just I've been helped in many ways. I just feel like I'm just living and I'm interacting. That's why I love my job. I just love it. I think I have the best job because I'm getting paid to do what I should be doing regardless. You know what I mean? And I get paid for it. And I get paid well. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
I'm sugar daddy.
I do. I do. I do. I do that for like, well, someone consider it I do it for a living. Or at least I consider it I'm doing it for a living.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be amazing to know if I gave something back. And maybe I haven't, I just don't know it yet. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome.
Like either that or like you just like don't say it that way. Like you're saying it like how you say like you're saying it that you're doing this because like you're doing this because you want to,
Yep.
not because you have to.
I know, I feel like you're supposed to. This is how you're supposed to live.
Yeah.
This is how you're supposed to be a human. This is being a human. You know what I mean?
Like human kindness.
This is how you be a human. Other than that, then you're something else that's not a human. Yeah.
You have no heart.
Are you ready to go? Do we have that?
Are you ready to go?
Be mindful of time. It's gonna be 2 o'clock. Oh, we can go more.
Okay. Through all this, probably this might be the last question. I don't know. Depending on like what you have to say after this question, like you said, the number of questions could always change.
Yeah.
After the struggles that you've gone through in your whole educational journey, especially those first 2 years, how like what advice would you give someone who's going through the same thing?
Never stop. No matter what your situation is, you never stop. Never give up. Never. It always gets better. It always gets better. Whether it be a relationship that ended, someone's devastated, because those feelings are big and they're rigid. They'd be heartbroken to knowing where you can't even get out of bed. It gets better. It absolutely does. You just don't stop. You gotta keep on going. You have no home. You're on the street. But you're breathing and you're living, even though there's something more for you. You don't see it, but you know. You keep on going. You'll find it. You keep on going. You've been stabbed 9 times and you think you're gonna die. And you're like thinking, you're like, I'm gay. I should just die because God wants me to die. My mom doesn't talk to me. I'm not in school. What my life purpose? No. You just keep on going. You just can't stop. You just can't. You're doing great. You just can't stop.
Okay. And what aside from the interview, like if you want to go and continue this amazing interview in your office,
Sure.
you can, so it will be, because it looks like you're so like your body language is like, oh, like that you're tired of just like.
No, I'm not.
Those are your legs.
You're just evoking a lot of emotions out of me right now.
Well, this is
Not bad. I'm fine with
no,
it. I'm fine with this
no,
interview.
and this is why I told you, I'm like, I know Joel must have a lot to say. So, like, well, I somewhat see myself in you. I'm like, oh, like a person who has a lot to say and will not shy away from it.
I don't think you ever should. I think you should always speak your mind, right? You should always speak up. I
That's what I
think
say.
delivery is key. You can't come and be like, and be a banshee about it. You got to deliver it smooth. And you can stand your ground. Everybody should stand their ground. And you just have to deliver your message in a way where you're not necessarily adversarial, and you're not aggressive to the point where you make someone feel unsafe, right? You don't want to do that, but you could say your message where you're strong and where you're cemented in your foundation of what you feel. And that's great. You know? And that's what you want to do.
So we could always continue this
Yeah,
amazing
man.
interview.
Margaritas.
Hey!
No, you're right.
Well, you have to work.
I do.
And I'm pretty sure you have to be sober for that.
I don't.